We live in the middle of the woods up here in North Idaho, so when the power goes out, our world kind of shuts down.
But today that's gonna change.
Oh! Andy is going to be installing a battery backup system for our house, and I cannot wait to have a bit more peace of mind.
We bought this 1980s house with everything included, and we're now attempting to turn it into our dream home.
Last episode, we finally finished our first room upstairs, transforming it into a Scottish Highlands-inspired guest room. I feel like it doesn't even look like the same house. Today, we're tackling something completely different, installing a whole home backup power system.
So this is my current setup, which it's an awesome generator. But the first thing I always have to do is go and get a battery from inside, because when I was leaving the batteries outside, the cold kept killing them. And more than likely, depending how long it's going to be off, I'll have to go and get fuel as well. Well, as you can see, it's pretty loud. And not only that, it's very bulky, and the logistics of just getting it over there and then getting extension leads into the house, it's just not a great long-term solution. After researching a few different options, we've decided to go with this Jackery home backup system. We've had a battery power system in our Land Rover, and that's worked awesome. So obviously this is just a bigger scale. This is a 15 kilowatt hour system, but you could scale that up to a 60 kilowatt hour system if you wanted to. But we're going to try this and then see how we get on, and we can add batteries as we need to.
So this should be way quieter than the system that we currently have, which is awesome since I work from home and the generator can be so noisy in the background.
And the part I love the most, when the power does go off, this thing will just come on automatically with the smart transfer switch. But before I turn the power off, there's two things that I want to do. One, boil the kettle. And two, we've just got our results.
We just got our DNA test back.
No way.
What? Thank you to everyone that watched the Q&A earlier this week. We talked a little bit more about how Andy and I met, our background, and all of that good stuff. We've partnered with MyHeritage to do their $19 DNA kit testing, and I am so excited to see where my family history is from, and is Andy a true Yorkshireman?
I feel like I'm 100% English. I don't even know if I want to see the results. I think there might be some Irish my mum talked about.
I've been told that most of my family is from England. I want to say my mom said something about Dutch, maybe.
The kit shows up at your door, you do a simple cheek swab that takes 2 minutes, you mail it off, and you get the results back in a few weeks.
Should I go first, or do you want to go?
You go first.
I go first. Okay, let's go. You are 38% English.
So what else are you? Scottish and Welsh. Oh, okay.
Wait, that's cool. 27.8% Scottish and Welsh.
Dutch.
5% Danish.
That's cool, isn't it? So you're basically British.
Okay, shall we look at yours?
See, I'm more nervous than you. I feel like you're not that bothered. Where I at least want to be from the British Isles. Okay, let's go. Andrew, you are 32% Irish. No way.
What?
32% Scottish and Welsh.
I like the music it's playing.
I mean, I know I've got pasty skin. And 29% English. I thought I were going to be like 98.9% English. I can't believe that. So I think that's from my mum's dad's side, is the Irish. I don't even know who I am anymore. So you're more English than me, apparently.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I'm more Irish than I am English.
Yeah. Maybe you need to get Irish tea.
I need Barry's tea from now on. Put all the Yorkshire tea in the bin.
If you're interested in learning more about your family history too, you can use our code ExpeditionRove to get a $19 DNA testing kit, plus a 30-day free trial, bundle, and free shipping. Click the link in our description or the pinned comment and use code ExpeditionRove.
Right, on that note, finish my brew. And go get some work done. Since we've lived in this house, the power has gone out a few times, and we want something that just steps in automatically and keeps the power running. But before I can get to that, I need to move this mains board, which was in the wall here, but we demolitioned this wall. That needs moving down here into this wall that hasn't been built yet. So first, I need to build a stud wall here, which will separate the bar, which will be on that side, This will be like a little hallway, and then there's going to be a half bath here. So that's my top and bottom. Okay, new tool day. I've been looking at this nail gun for the last 18 months, and every time I look in Home Depot, I'm hoping that there's going to be one of those deals where you get like batteries or something, but for some reason the nail gun never seems to come down on price. And yesterday I finally pulled the trigger because this summer there's going to be a lot of jobs outside, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to end up buying one of these eventually anyway, so let's just go ahead and do it. So let's try it out. It's going to be so much nicer not having to carry the compressor around. Jeez! Wow, that's powerful. Wow. Might have to dial that back a bit. Okay, that's definitely worth its weight in gold. Happy with that. Buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. And it's so much quieter because I'm used to my compressor running all the time. MH,
Yeah?
come and have a go with this. It is a beast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, the wall's coming along nicely.
Hopefully it fits.
If it fits, it sits.
Right, put these on. Just think last time the compressor were running and all that, okay?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna, well, I'll put the first one in. And then we know.
No way. Imagine if you had had this on the side.
I know.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, can I do one more? Bad boys for
That's
life.
good, isn't it?
That is so cool.
Don't tell me I should have built it in place. A bit tight. I've seen videos and this is what people seem to do. So I thought I'd try it.
It's not doing anything, is it?
Well, it was a bit of a snug fit, but it's in. Then I just put some drywall on there, and then the mains board can go here. Right, so I got this stud wall built up last night. I got it finished off, and then this morning I've got backup. My mate Joe's come round to give me a hand. And today's big goal is to move this mains board here that's just temporary up in the kitchen and get it moved over to that stud wall. And it looks like the battery backup system's going to be coming in handier than I thought, because obviously we're going to have to turn the power off now, and Mary Hannah's got some calls and stuff that she needs to do, and we don't have cell service here, so we have to be on Starlink. I'm going to get Mary Hannah hooked up on the temporary power for now. So this is the Jackery 5000 Explorer Plus, and this is just a standalone unit. So if you wanted to use this instead of a generator in your RV or whatever, or just have one of these in your house, just to get the smaller stuff going. So I'll get Mary Hannah on a Starlink and a laptop hooked up on this. should be good to go for the rest of the day. Right, MH, I'll get you on some power. So I think just power on. I've never charged this, so I don't know what it'll be at. It's at 29%. Plug you in here. I'll turn AC on. And as with all house remodels, it's a bit of a mess. So before we can move this, we're trying to trace like where do the cables go and all that, because none of it's marked up and labelled. And we are having some luck because the incoming cable for this mains panel actually comes from that direction. So we're not going to have to put any new cable in. We'll be able to just pull it back that way and then cut it shorter to this mains panel. And when you're cutting through these big incoming cables, that's definitely one that's worth triple checking that it's dead. It'd definitely wake you up, that one.
Oh, yeah.
I am so happy these are finally leaving right here. I've been looking at these for months. Bye.
Okay, so while Joe's just tracing those cables back under the crawl space, I'm going to get this panel mounted. I'll just mark the top and I'll level off that.
I don't know why, but this has made me like so excited for the next phase of construction and stuff.
So it should be a snug fit, but go. I think there's going to be about 4 cables or something.
Coming down
Yeah.
definitely makes me want to take all the ceilings down. There's all this little mouse stuff down there. Oh yeah. Easy job.
Okay, so while Joe's under the crawl space rerouting some cables, I'm going to get these into the board. It's coming together. So there's going to be 2 panels. This is like your normal panel, and then we've got a Jackery panel that'll go. Normally you just put it next to your mains board, but we're going to put it just above here, so it's in this attic space. So then when the power does go off, it'll automatically go through a transfer switch, so you don't have to do anything, and then all the house power will still stay on, or at least the circuits that you want to stay on. Because if you think about it, if everything was on there, it's going to drain the batteries quicker. So you choose what circuits want to go on there, like fridge freezer, Starlink. Honestly, you can have quite a lot, but you get what I mean. You get where I'm going with it. The more batteries you have, the more things that can stay on. Now this is actually a bit different to our cable back home, so I'm going to go gentle, steady away, because I don't want to cut into the cores below. It actually bears off really easy. Oh, there we go, so that just unravels. Like, I'm used to having to have an outer sheathing, then armoured cabling, then this sort of sheathing. Right, so I'm going to run my neutral round. See if I can get a nice curve there. of antioxidant compound on there. Okay, so the mains board is fitted downstairs. Now I'm going to mount the Jackery Smart transfer switch, which basically means when the power goes off to the house, this will automatically switch and then power will start going through here and then we'll get power from the batteries. Put the level on there. There. Give it the old pull test. Solid as a rock. And I were actually hoping to just come up with the conduit, the flexible conduit, straight into the bottom. But just having a quick look at the manual, they actually want you to on the side or on top. So that means I'm gonna need, if I want it to be neater rather than having big sweeping bends, I'm gonna need some like 90-degree fittings. So I'm gonna have to go back to the shop.
Hi. Oh, this is a cool spot for it.
So I'm thinking the Explorer 5000 will go here and then we'll have a couple of batteries underneath.
That's cool.
And then when it trips, if it ever does trip, the circuit breakers will just be in here.
Okay, this is so awesome. I wonder if we should get a pan. A lot of people have recommended we get a pan for the water heater.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We might even change that to a tankless at some point. It's all on the list.
This is cool. I feel pretty fancy. I always thought that was a pretty sweet at a friend's house. You know, if the power would go out and they had a generator going up. I thought, oh, they're fancy.
Did you have generators in Houston?
Yeah. We always had big thunderstorms.
So I've actually never used one of these tools. I normally use a hole cutter, but Joe's got fancy stuff, so I'm gonna try this. So this will just pull against this, and it's quite sharp, and then it'll make a hole. Apparently, give it a go. So we're just pulling some cables in now that'll future-proof us for when we come to rewire the kitchen. But rather get them in the stud wall now, so then when I board them up, I'm not having to make a mess later on down the line. And this will be things that stay on the battery side, like the fridge, the microwave, that sort of thing. So we've got all the circuits in now. Joe's gonna pass us up the main leg so we can feed the board. And then we can try this bad boy. I'm really excited to see it. Okay, I'll be getting a little 90-degree bend for that, but for now, that's gonna have to do because I'm too excited to try it.
What have you just bought, mate?
Got myself a speedboat.
We just came to the dump and then there was a big sale and so we came by and Andy found a boat to buy. Who's ready to go get a new boat?
Uh-huh. This is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Benji, up! Good boy!
I've actually been looking for a little fishing boat for a while now. I keep looking on Facebook Marketplace and I didn't expect to find one on the way to the dump today. But you know, it's there, it's $50, so I've got the trailer. I've even put my shorts on because I figured I may as well just go and see if it floats. At $50, I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Apparently, the guy says it stays afloat for a while.
That's promising.
Right there. All right. Yeah, sweet. Cheers, man.
The duct tape's not a good sign, is it? Well, it's not very promising that there's duct tape on the bottom, but we're gonna take it straight to the lake and see if it floats.
Right, place your bets now then. Is it a sinker or a swimmer?
I mean, it looks like a pretty good boat, other than the holes.
Right, let's spin it over. It's floating.
Well, that's a good first sign. Are you ready for your maiden voyage?
And we've only got half a kayak paddle, but whoa. Whoa! Maybe you can't sit on those. No, you can't. I'm basically a pirate now. I've got myself a boat. It don't look like there's any water coming in. It is very creaky and cracky though. There's actually, in the back of one of those box vans, we found a motor. Or free, there's free motors. Surely 1 out of 3 works. Go up. There's a beach over here. I'll see if Benji wants to come for a spin. Benji, come. Up, 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 up. Stay, stay. Good boy. Benji just said to me, can we paddle the whole of the Yukon? Go on then. Well, this is a success, I'd say. Imagine if one of those motors work. We can cruise anywhere. I've heard you've made it in life when you've got your own boat. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Like it, love.
That's so cool. It's like this trailer was meant to be. Now we just need to clean it up.
If we can get one of those motors running, that's going to be an absolute bargain at that point. That's a $50 motorised boat.
Yeah.
Okay, well the 10-minute dump run turned into a few hours, but we've got a boat from it. Well, I should probably get back to work. Okay, so now that the transfer switch is installed, all this side of things, you might want to, if you're not that confident, get the electrician to fit that, and then the rest of it should be plug and play. I'm really excited to try this. That should go in, and that one will go around here, and plug in there. So in theory, just this by itself would give you a backup system. But we've got 2 more batteries. More batteries means the longer it can last without any charging input, whether that's solar or generator or your grid power coming back on. And you can actually have up to 5 extra batteries on this system, which maybe in the future we'll do that, but we'll see how this goes. To start with, it might be enough for me. Especially if your power's, so far most of the time when the power's gone off, it's gone off for a few hours. Right, I've got 1 more battery. They stack really nice. That one will connect there. This one will click into this one. It really is plug and play now. And then this battery will just connect to this battery. Let's see what power these have got in them, 29%. Okay, all the wires are connected. Power on. I do need to download my app as well. You can see all this stuff from your app. So this is at 88%. Oh. Nice, it's working. I don't know why that's surprising me, but... So the output right now is 231 watts because it's mainly just lighting and stuff. I've not filled this panel yet. I've still got quite a few spare wires, but by the time we've put all the wires in for the upstairs and that sort of thing. So the reason why we wanted this is a couple of reasons. One, the convenience. When the power goes off, Mary Hannah, especially if she's on phone calls and stuff, meetings, because she's working from home, it's so nice that this is going to stay on. Another thing is keeping the freezer on. My plan is, like this year, well, to get a secondary chest freezer, and then I really want to stock it with meat. Up until now, I've not really wanted to put too much on because the power's gone off quite a few times, and obviously meat's really expensive nowadays. And I won't be using it for this, but some people will use a battery backup system, and they'll use their battery's power when the cost of electricity is at its highest point throughout the day, and keep cycling it on and off. But for me, it's mainly for peace of mind for when the power goes off, especially if we're going to be away from home. So right now the output is 260 watt. The power comes back on. Now the input should swap over, and I think it should start charging it. Okay, so now it's charging. It's charging at 3,800 watts, and it's going to be fully charged. I don't know if that just means that is going to be fully charged, or does it link these, or do I need to do this on the app? Oh, okay, I can see the batteries here. Yeah, so it must all be linked. So it's actually going to be charged in like 2.5 hours. That's crazy. So that means we're up and running. So the geek inside me wants to know like what this is capable of. So I think once this gets up to 100%, I'll turn the main circuit breaker off, which would be the equivalent of the main power going off, and we'll see how long this lasts. And I can plug the solar panels in as well. So if we do have a power cut, that looks like it's going to be a while, then I do have solar panels as well. But I don't actually want to mount them fully yet because I don't know exactly where I want to put them. So for now, I'm just going to rely on this. Let's go show MH. Give it a quick wipe off before the boss comes.
Oh, that's so neat and tidy, isn't it?
It does look squared away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you can stack up to 3 of these. Obviously
so
for us, it's all...
cool. Andy, this looks awesome.
So right now it's all charging. So I thought once we get it to 100%, should we just turn it off like we've had a power cut and see how long it lasts?
We should 100% do that. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, should we try it?
Yeah, we should try it.
Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Yay, this is fun, isn't it? Okay, moment of truth.
So I'll flick the breaker off now, and it should, I don't know how long it takes, but it should automatically put the power. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, that's like 3 seconds, isn't it?
I don't even know if it was that long. How good's that?
That's amazing. And there's no sound?
And this is all on the app.
Oh, really?
So like if we're on holiday or whatever,
Oh,
we can
that's
see
cool.
if power's gone off or anything, but we don't need to be here now.
Yeah,
like,
that's
if you had the
amazing.
old traditional before, we'd have to get the extension lead, get the generator outside. Now this is all automatic.
Baby? You left me hanging for such a long
my mind
time.
started thinking about all the different things now. I think we'll have to wait for the test for another video, because right now I've not actually filled up all my circuit breakers. I've just got the main things on, like the water pump, because when the grid does go down, we've got our own well here, so when the power goes down we don't have any water. Now we've got water, the fridge is on there, the freezer's on there, we've got some lighting on there, so we're pretty golden. But once we finish with the wiring upstairs and all that stuff, and then I might add the washing machine to it and things like that, then we'll do a full test.
Well, as you can see, it's pretty loud.
Oh! Well, that's it for today's video. I'll keep you guys updated on how this performs over the next few months. And also a big thanks to MyHeritage for sponsoring today's video. If you want to get your own test kit for $19, use the link in the description and use code EXPEDITIONROW. We'll see you all next week. Thanks again for watching. And please hit that subscribe button. It costs naught to you, but means a lot to me.